Okay, so why you shouldn't cold call as a business owner and why you should hire me and my team to do it for you. So my name is Ori. I am the co-founder of Mirraponte, which is a demand generation agency, and I'm also executive director of go-to-market strategy for Manos Health, which is a healthcare marketing and consulting firm. So I had this conversation, I think 4 times over the last 2 weeks, about cold calling, and a lot of business owners are like, I do it, or my team does it, or we do it in-house, but they don't really do anything. They just say they cold call. Like, calling 5 of your long-term connections each week as a salesperson is not cold calling. Like, I'm sorry, that's not what I'm talking about. Like 1,000 dials a day, relentless volume to get like 30 leads a week. We're talking about different things. But a lot of business owners have this David Goggins, like, who's going to carry the boats, like, I must cold call. And I think cold calling is like the one of the lowest ROI things that that owners are convinced, or salespeople are convinced they have to do. And I just think it's dumb. So I'm just going to explain why you shouldn't do it, why you should hire me. All right. So number one, a lot of people can't do it. Like, I've trained Ivy League people to cold call and they just can't. Like, they pick up the phone, their hand shakes. Even with an auto dialer, they freak out. In business, you have to work around your flaws. Cold calling is the hardest thing. Like, when I was 16, I had my first cold calling job. I had like a pit in my stomach, like, all day. And I only had to do it for 2.5 hours a day. It's just, some people just can't do it. You can't do everything, all right? It's low ROI. So if you look at like an integrator and a visionary or whatever in a business, usually the visionary's highest ROI tasks are content and sales calls with highly qualified prospects for 6-7 figure deal sizes, right? We can do that all day. That's our favorite thing to do. Put a camera on me and put me in a sales situation, and I love it, right? If you're an integrator like my wife, it's management and systems. She can do management systems all day long. That's the highest ROI. That's the best use of her time. The thing that annoys Liz the most is weird client requests and having to like build lists or do like some dumb stuff because the team like made a mistake or something. But like, it's that's low ROI for her. So cold calling, I think, falls into that because you're prospecting all the time. And honestly, it's depressing. Like, the best sales closers I know literally just hired someone and had that person cold call for them and just didn't tell their boss. And then they like, after they were making twice as much sales as everybody else, they're like, oh, okay, I do this on the side. So it's bad positioning too. So if you're the CEO and you're also the SDR, it's like, people are not going to take you as seriously. You could maybe, if you're calling C-suite, okay, but like, it's harder to sell because you come across as lower status. If you call them 7 times to get a meeting, obviously it's bad positioning. The other thing that I didn't realize is a lot of people think this is too expensive, because cold calling, like, we do for a part-time cold caller, we charge $2,000 a month. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's nothing. It used to be, when I started, I was quoting like 5, 6, 7,000. It had to be an American. It had to do this. Like, you don't have to do that. The cold calling problem has been solved. I'll talk a little bit more about the challenges with cold calling in another video. It's very difficult to do. It's a lot more difficult than cold email in terms of the data scraping and hiring and training and script writing, but it's been solved. They already have in-house salespeople. So a lot of the businesses I talk to are like, oh, we have salespeople. Salespeople are like 50. There's like 2 of them. They bring in like 3 really good deals a year. And they make like they spend maybe an hour a week cold calling their old buddies. I'm like, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like massive, massive volume. And if this is you and you want to get an extra 20, 30 leads a week, you could do cold calling, you could do cold calling, you could do cold email, you could do LinkedIn. They work really well together. I'm going to talk more about this later. But like, just DM me, go to mirrapontemarketing.com, go to manoshealth.com, whatever, and just reach out, we'll help you.